There's something I want to talk about. It's not something people talk about often, and it needs to be talked about more. We need to make it mainstream as cancer. We need to talk about it the way we talk about diabetes. It's an illness, and it affects millions of people, and it takes the lives of thousands. And that's depression. And not just chronic depression, not just can't get out of bed depression, not just anxiety depression, but depression that comes on suddenly. You could be the happiest person in the world. You could have so much going for you. And in 1 second, a switch will be flipped. And it's like you put on these dark sunglasses and the world goes dark. And you can't pull yourself out of it because it's so sudden. I was having a good day. I woke up early. I laid in bed for a little bit. And then I had an appointment I had to go to, and I was feeling so positive about this appointment. And then I got some information that I'm scared. I got some information that wasn't really what I wanted. And the longer I sat with it, the scarier it got. Until it became this huge monster that crawled out from under the bed with teeth and claws and pointed a gun at my head. And I was terrified. And someone said to me, think of everything you have going for yourself right now. Think of everything you're grateful for. And all I could say was, I'm not grateful for much. Which isn't true. But when you're wearing those dark, heavy sunglasses, it feels like the truest thing you've ever said. And I sat here and I cried because I hurt that person by saying that. And it's just fear and depression. It wasn't me speaking, but right now I'm swallowed whole. And I don't feel like there's anyone I can go to talk to because that person is mad at me and another person is dealing with their own shit. and they're scared and they're overwhelmed, and I don't want to add to that. And they might be busy and they might not have the time for me. And so I don't feel like I have anyone to talk to, and that's a big problem for people. And that happens far too much. You look at people like Chester from Lincoln Park, or Robin Williams, or Avicii, or dozens of the other celebrities that have taken their lives. And you look at them and you go, why? Your life was so good. You had so much going for you. Sorry, I thought someone was coming home. But it doesn't matter how much you have going for you. All it can take is one instant to break you down to dust. I used to be a cutter, and I cut frequently. And it's been officially 3 years since the last time I did that. But today I almost went back to hurting myself. I came so close. And all it takes is an instant where I could have just put that blade to my skin and sliced. But I cried some more. And then I wrote a list of things I'm grateful for. And then I listened to some sad songs. And now I'm making this video because I'm trying to do everything I can to keep myself from reaching for the knife that sits on my bedside table. I just need to stay away from it long enough for the want to cut to go away. And we need to talk about it. People need to talk about it. It needs to not be a taboo subject. It needs to be something that I shouldn't have only 1 or 3 people I can reach out to and not be able to reach out to. I should be able to reach out to anybody and say, hey, I'm really struggling. Do you have the time? Can you help me? But no one talks about it. And that makes it hard to find someone to talk to. And maybe if Chester or Robin Williams or Avicii had someone to talk to, they would still be here. I know it's scary and intimate and personal, but it needs to be something we can talk about freely and openly, because it shouldn't be a secret. And just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. and it's an illness, and it's debilitating, and it is hard, especially when you've had it for most of your life. And it's not something that goes away, and it's not something you can just walk out into nature and breathe the fresh air. It's not something you can just tell yourself to shut off. It's not something that just goes away. It's a chemical imbalance, and it's